What's good, everybody? Timeless Traveler here today with another installment of Timeless Traveler's tutorials. And in today's episode, we're going to be going over how to build the Trident Killer. There's a couple different variations that we'll be discussing today, so be ready for that. Also, if you enjoy this type of content and you like watching tutorials and you want to see more tutorials in the future, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so whenever I release another tutorial, you will be up to date and be, of course, notified when it comes out. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the build. Now, one thing that is very important to know is that this is a Bedrock exclusive feature. The fact that you see these tridents moving around by the pistons and not falling down into the glass is a Bedrock only feature. So this will not work on Java, unfortunately. This will just work for the Bedrock version. So we'll start with this pair of Trident Killers. So this is designed exactly the same except for one key difference right here. This uses redstone dust, this uses powered rails. Now, if we turn these on, take a look at these repeaters, you'll notice what the difference is when we have them on. So you'll notice that that one turns on, that one doesn't. What this means, essentially, is that if we are using redstone dust, we can take that current out and put it into something else, or it could potentially go into something else by accident, breaking whatever circuitry you have connected or nearby. With the powered rail, while it is more expensive, it ensures that the signal doesn't go anywhere outside the farm itself. And for this design, we are using water streams to carry our XP and loot. By doing this, we can filter out our loot with hoppers, item sorting systems, all that stuff, and then we could stand nearby and gather our XP. Now, how you gather it is up to you. You could have it running in continuous water streams such as this. You can do bubble columns to carry your XP and or your loot separately or together. Let's go ahead and get into how to put this one together. I'm going to be using the powered rail. However, if you are following along right now and you wish to use redstone dust because you're early on in your game, you don't have gold, it's a little more expensive for you, then it's perfectly okay. Go ahead and just use redstone dust. Just remember what I mentioned earlier about how that could affect adjacent circuitries. So we're going to go ahead, and for now, you don't even have to use packed ice. I'm just going to use that for the demonstration. So we're going to go up by 7 or 8 total. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go ahead and make a 2x8. Fill in your packed ice. And then, of course, you want to put a protective perimeter around because that's what our water is going to be going through. We can go ahead and slap that water down for now. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up the Trident Killer. We're going to put our powered rails in the corners of a imaginary 4x4 space. Now you want your observers watching your powered rails or your redstone dust, because we need to detect the updates. There we go. And then you want to just place solid blocks after each observer. Then you're going to want to get out your glass panes and place them right here. Then we'll get out our pistons, and on every solid block, go ahead and place them right like that. And then you're going to want to fill this in just a bit, like so. And then put in your trident. You need at least one. Whether or not it has impaling, it's up to you. It does increase the effectiveness of how quick it kills your mobs, and same thing goes for having multiple tridents in there. Then the last thing you're going to want to do is place your lever right here and prime your Trident Killer by flicking that lever on. Then once you turn it off, it will continue to go around like that. Now the way this works is the observer detects the change in the powered rail, and from there it powers the block, which then powers the rail, which gets detected by the observer, and it just repeats the cycle over and over, and you basically have a functioning clock. From there, you may want to seal this up a bit. I use glass just because I like being able to see what's going on inside the Trident Killer. Depending on where you're viewing it would of course change where you put the glass. However high you do it also depends on you and your build and how you want your farm designed. One thing regarding troubleshooting that I need to mention, if you do use redstone dust, you need to make sure that you have a repeater right there facing into that dust. Reason being is that redstone dust has 16 different states. It has its off state and then all 15 different signal strengths. So that means the observer will be able to detect 16 different states of redstone dust. So what would happen is if we put this right here, it's detecting the signal strength from the switch right here. And then it is also detecting the update from right here. This is the max signal strength of 15 coming into our signal strength of like 8 or 9. So it's going to constantly stay on. So you would never actually be able to power it off. As we can see here, it keeps running and running and running no matter what we do. So just make sure that if you go the redstone dust route, just place your redstone repeater right there. This next type of Trident Killer is if you want to be right here in the action, depending on how you build it, or depending on what kind of farm you want, would of course determine, why you would need to use this. But essentially, we just get some creepers here, and you can just chill right here, and you'll be gathering XP through this little hole in the stairs, and then your loot is going to go down right there. Now I'm using 4 minecart hoppers because I prefer using 4. However, you can get away with just using a couple walls and 1 minecart hopper. Other than that, everything else is exactly the same. I have the slabs here just so you can see that we have the minecart hoppers here. It also allows us to open this chest for demonstration purposes. And if we were to build this one, we would just want to go ahead and make ourselves a nice little U shape, about a 4x4 space. And for this demonstration, we're just going to put our chests here. However, you can set up your storage however you want when you are building this in your world. We want to just go ahead and get some hoppers here, going in like that. We're going to build this up just a little bit more, just to make sure that we have our minecart hoppers in place. Go ahead and get out the powered rails or whatever rail you want for this specific part. We just need something to place down our minecart hoppers, okay? And we're going to break the rails and repeat the process a couple more times, just like that. Now, the alternative of that is if we want to just have 1 minecart hopper, then you want to clear out a little space right here so you can move around. Go ahead and place your 1 minecart hopper, break that rail, and then you're going to want to tuck it into both sides until it turns like that. Make sure it doesn't go off to the edge like that. Go ahead and fill that in. And then what you'll see, now whatever version you are doing, if it's 1 minecart hopper or all 4, this step is the same, so go ahead and follow along here. So you'll see that it is in all 4 spaces, but even if it isn't, the pistons are going to be pushing it eventually into this space, and the minecart hopper will pick it up from there. And go ahead and fill that in real quick. All right, and now we can just go ahead and put the Trident Killer in the same exact way as before. So we get your powered rails, and then you place your observers down. Rinse and repeat. Then we just want to place our pistons here. Just like before, same exact process. You fill this in, and we'll actually want to get rid of this block right here and then place your stair just like that. That way the XP can go through, but the trident will not get back into your inventory. And then for this purpose, we just want to secure the minecart hopper. So I'm putting slabs in right now just to show you what's going on here. And also that way we can keep our chest open. All right, and then from here, it's really just kind of filling it in however you want to do it. You can put glass here, same with the build height, go up however high you need to, depending on your build. We're going to put a platform right here. And then you're going to want to put your lever right here. Now you can put your lever right here instead, but what happens is we just have this piston now, and for me, I just feel like it's kind of sloppy just to have this piston sticking out like that. So I just opted to have it a bit lower. You can rig up some redstone and place it up against the wall, and then, you know, have the switch go around to the back and have it power like that if you want. But at its base, you could just have it right there, and that way the pistons won't be extended when they aren't being used. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all again so much for watching. I am Timeless Traveler, and this was Timeless Traveler's Tutorials. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have learned anything new about Trident Killers. And as always, if you enjoy seeing tutorials like this and you would like to see more, leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and slap that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all future content. So until next time, I will see you all again in the next episode.